Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be making you something really fun today, so thought I'd just give you first bit of a bump update. Check him out guys. Like, just admire this beauty for a little moment longer. Oh, my belly is just so beautiful. I just love him so much already. Sorry, I'm really wet. I just got home from the shops. It was pouring this morning when I went for my morning walk. Took an umbrella, got absolutely soaked. My runners just wet, right? Had breakfast, did a bit of housework, decided to walk to the supermarket because all the clouds were just gone. It was a beautiful blue sky, no clouds in sight. And I was like, I'm actually gonna go for another walk and I'm gonna go to the supermarket to pick up a few things to make whatever I'm making today for you guys, which I'm so excited about. Anyway, on the way home, I was like 500 meters away and it just bucketed down. I was like, how could it go from beautiful blue skies to next minute torrential rain? I just don't know. That's just sunny coast for you, but I'm not complaining because I love it here and it's still such a beautiful, nice weather and it's going to be a beautiful place to raise my boy, so super keen. But today I'm going to be making, drum roll, just tricking. You guys already know because I said it in the title. But anyway, drum roll away. I'm going to be making a high protein pumpkin soup, right? And so usually a lot of pumpkin soups or just a lot of soups in general don't really contain much protein. And this one's gonna be vegetarian and still contain protein. So I'm going to be showing you guys some little tiny tips that I'm gonna be doing, like to add in there, that won't really affect the flavor. It might even make it nicer. And it just makes the macros a lot better so that I can have a cup of pumpkin soup at nighttime and know I'm still getting a good dose of protein. Especially being pregnant, I'm just not really feeling like dinners. I'm not a dinner person in general. Like, it's just not a vibe for me. I'd rather breakfast and lunch foods. I just love them. Dinners, I'm just like, I love cooking creative dinners for my husband. When it comes to eating dinners myself, I'm not a fan. And so since being pregnant, it's even worse because I'm like, by the time it gets to nighttime, I'm like, I feel like I'm out here instead of here. And I just feel so big and so full, but I'm like, I'm hungry and I know I need to eat more. So something like soup, I think would be a really good option for me. So that's gonna be making. All the quantity and everything is gonna be written in the description for you. I love, so one of the ingredients I'm going to be using, just a quick chat, I love using cottage cheese as a protein source in things, and you get the higher protein cottage cheese. They have like a Woolworths and Coles brand. The Buller does one, Aldi does one, but they've been sold out everywhere all the time, no matter what supermarket I go to, no matter what day I go to, no matter what time, they seem to be sold out. So everyone is on a bit of a cottage cheese love at the moment by the looks of it, but it's my favorite source of protein, guys, so don't steal them all from me. Anyway, this morning I went there and I said to the dude, it was fully empty, all the shelves. And I said to the dude, he was like filling stuff up next to me. And I was like, do you have any cottage cheese in there? And he said, I only have one brand, which is this brand, right? And so this brand is Brand Quartz. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this brand. The macros aren't as great just because, so there's still the same amount of protein in a serve, but there's like a little bit more calories in there. Just a little bit more, not too many. Probably only an extra 20 calories per serve or 30 calories per serve or so compared to the other ones that I was talking about. So I'm really excited to try it. I think I may have tried this months ago and I think it's a bit creamier, so it might even work out really well for my soup. But I also found an organic one, which I'm so keen. I've been really trying to eat more organic foods just because I just don't trust the food system these days. And I found, like the dude also said, oh, have you ever tried this organic one? It's a high protein one as well. I'm gonna show it to you. Anyway, so this dude was really nice. Shout out to this man at Woolworths. He's like, I love this one. It's like, he said, instead of it being like curdly like the other ones, this one's really apparently thick and creamy. So I was like, I kind of don't wanna waste this on my soup in a way because like, come on, I can just use any. But I think I'm gonna have this with my lunch today because I love having dollops of these on my salad and I'm gonna give it a go. And it's organic, so I'm happy. I'm excited to try it. P.S. Ignore all the clothes that are drying there. I put a load of washing on this morning and it bucketed down in rain, so now they're gonna be drying there for the day. All right, so this morning went to the shops and got some fruit and veg. So I always soak, I've just got a container in here with water and vinegar. I always soak my veggies and then sit them in the fridge. But when it comes to mushrooms, I only soak them just before I use them. And I'm obviously, because they go gross and they won't dry out properly, they just seriously will go soft and gross. So I'm going to end up using these straight away in my pumpkin soup. That's why I've washed them. Otherwise, I'll leave them in the brown paper bag in the fridge until I'm ready to use it and then soak and wash. So these are all going to be nice and clean now from all the pesticides and things like that. I've got spring onion. I've got leek. So I'm definitely going to be using leek in the soup and mushrooms. The tomatoes I've got, because I'm going to make a really nice nachos, like a high protein nachos from my honey babe, made out of like, I'm going to use protein wraps and season them and make and oven bake them and make them into the corn chips, which I'm excited about. What else did I get this morning? Oh, there's heaps of like organic leafy greens in there from this organic shop that I got, which I will also like end up rinsing out in this thingamajiggy. But yes, for this soup, I'm going to be using the mushrooms and the leek. First things first, I'm going to be chopping up my pumpkin and I'm going to roast it. This is the good thing, one of the most important steps of this soup to make it taste amazing is to roast the pumpkin. If you don't roast the pumpkin, it will be nice soup. If you roast the pumpkin, it will be amazing soup, all right? So roast the pumpkin. I'm actually going to air fry it because I cannot be bothered waiting for my oven to preheat, and I'm very impatient like that, just like things happen instantly. So I'm going to chuck it in the air fryer, and with like a little bit of olive oil, some nice kind of herbs. I've made like a really nice Greek herb seasoning mix, which I might actually roast the pumpkin with. Chuck them in the air fryer, and then I'm going to chop up the rest of my ingredients for my soup and get it in the pot. It'll sizzle it away. Alrighty guys, so I literally just chopped up all of my pumpkin. I ended up just chopping it up really rough and leaving a lot of the seeds in there as well, because I'm going to blend it up nice and smooth so you'll never be able to actually taste those little bits of seeds. I personally love making my pumpkin soup with like lots of other veggies, and I always seem to add potato. I feel like it literally, I don't know, something about it adds the creaminess factor or something. But first I air fried this pumpkin because it just has to be somehow roasted, and then I chopped up the rest of the veggies. So if I usually add like a few potatoes in my pumpkin soup, it doesn't end up being, I guess, so orange, like so vibrant orange of a pumpkin soup. So by the time I add all the other veggies in as well, it ends up being like a slight orange color. But anyways, it just tastes amazing, and the texture ends up being really, really nice with the potato added in there as well. I love using leek, but if I don't have leek on hand, I will just use a couple of onions and make sure that I fry them up. So I usually just fry up like leek or onions, garlic. Oh, I love using fresh garlic and actually roasting that with the pumpkin, but I didn't have any today, so you'll see soon I end up adding in just like minced garlic that I had in the fridge, because you need garlic, all right? Sometimes you just got to use the minced stuff in the jar because you may not have fresh stuff on hand. I just had a little tiny piece of sweet potato that needs to be used in the fridge, and some celery. I think celery always adds a really nice flavour to soup. So I just fried away the veggies for a little bit, which I just love to add flavour in there as well. I just think it tastes so much nicer. So you can use any stock. I actually had some stock paste that I made in my Thermomix, so I just mixed that with the water, but you can just use any stock you like. I actually also added in some bone broth paste. So obviously that makes this not vegetarian, but if you just leave it out. If you want to make it vegetarian, leave it out. But I just am trying to include some of that good stuff in my diet, even though I usually am vegetarian. I don't enjoy eating actual meat. So if I can just get a little bit of sneaky nutrients in there without me really thinking about it, then that is amazing. I always add chickpeas, legumes. Seriously, it just adds bulk to the meal and really cheap, but then also adds a bit of protein there as well, and of course my cottage cheese, and I also add some Parmesan cheese as well just to give it a bit more flavor. I've got all the macros and things like that written in the description below, and all the different herbs and spices and things like that I added in there, so make sure that you do have a look at the description box below. And remember, you can make this soup, like I just added in some more flavor at the end there because I was like, it just needed a little bit more seasoning. So you can make this soup taste however you like. You can even add curry paste in it if you wanted like more like a curried pumpkin soup. But I was really, really happy with the flavors I added in. I just had to add a bit more salt and pepper, and that was all good to go. All right, this soup is absolutely delicious, and my husband and I are going on date night tonight to some cute restaurant in Mooloolaba, so we're really excited. Anyway, So I was like, I really want some of this soup today. And obviously I'm going to have for dinner, so I thought I'd have some for lunch. So I've got a gluten-free Vegemite and cheese toasty cooking away and 1 serving of this pumpkin soup. So I'm getting a good dose of protein into my lunch, which I'm super happy about. Just going to put a little bit of spring onion on top, you know, add a little bit of greenery. Although there is lots of nutrients in the soup too. Lots of veggies, and if you have other kind of cut-offs and stuff like that, just chuck them in, mate. Anyway, ooh, this toasty looks ready. Just a side note here, gluten-free Vegemite, I'm so thankful for, because now that I'm celiac, I can still eat it, which is exciting. And this is like an ancient grain gluten-free bread that I got from the health food shop, but I'm going to be making my own sourdough, gluten-free sourdough at some point, at least before my next pregnancy, because trimester 1 was hard without being able to eat sourdough while I was sick. But anyway, I'm going to eat this. It's going to be delicious. Featuring the lovely clothes, halfway dry in the background. I've got soup. I've got soup. I'm so excited. Just make sure it's not too hot so I don't burn myself on camera. That'd be a bit awkward. Yum, that is the perfect amount of seasoning. I love it. Hear that crunch? What a cheese drizzle. Best lunch ever, especially on a rainy day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick video of one of my favorite ways to get some protein into a soup. You can obviously do it in any flavor soup. You can make any flavor soup, whatever you got, like whatever veggies and stuff like that need to be used up in your fridge. And yeah, if you add some cottage cheese and some legumes, it's good, it's cheap, high in protein, good vegetarian option. Well, I am all finished with my lunch and it was amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment below if you watched this video, and if you're gonna make it, let me know, and let me know of your favorite other like soup combinations, soup flavor combinations. Let me know below, because I want to try them as well. But usually I'm just really lazy and just eat whatever needs to be eaten in the fridge and just chuck that in and then just add certain flavors, you know, to make it taste good. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you can follow along the rest of my pregnancy journey for this boy, this big boy, almost 28 weeks. Wow. It's gonna be here so soon. So excited. So make sure you are subscribed, because I do often post recipes, workouts, pregnancy chats, all the wellness things. Follow me for that. Subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Bye.